Hey guys, so 14-2 is still using measurement, but it's kind of using measurement using word problems. So in class, we worked on using cubes to solve for word problems. See, you circle the numbers in the problem. I know it's on a computer screen, so you can't circle them, but you can definitely write down those numbers, which you should be doing your work on a piece of paper or a dry erase board. That way you know you're getting your answer right. If you're just guessing and doing it in your head, then you are probably not going to get all of your answers correct. So C, circle the numbers or write down the numbers that are in the word problem. U is for underlining the question. Again, you can't underline the question, but you could definitely write down the question on your piece of paper. B, the B in cubes, is to box your math action words. Remember, those are the words that tell us, am I supposed to add or am I supposed to subtract? How much more, or all together, or join, or left? Those are all action words. And yes, you can't put a box around them like you normally can, but if you write down all of the action words that you see, then you can start to understand, am I supposed to add or am I supposed to subtract? The E in cubes is to evaluate. That's where you need to write down, am I adding or am I subtracting? Another thing that you need to think of in the E evaluate step is this one step or two steps? And S in cubes is to solve and check your answer. Now, when we're working in 14-2 today, you have to find a missing or unknown number. Remember to always think of part, whole, or think of fact families when we're thinking about missing numbers. So let's watch the videos and we'll see a little bit more detail.
Michelle jumped 24 inches. Tim jumped 7 fewer inches than Michelle. How far did Tim jump? Will the number of inches Tim jumped be more or less than 24? How do you know?
Now, on your piece of paper, you would be completing cubes, and completing cubes will help you. So if we think about the numbers, I have 24 and I have the number 7. So I would write down the number 24 and the number 7. Now it says, now you would be underline the question, how far did Tim jump? That would be my question. Boxing my math action words. This is the question that they're really thinking of. So I see the word fewer, right? The word fewer. Does the word fewer tell me adding or subtracting? Fewer means less, which means I will be subtracting. Okay, so that's what they're asking. Will the number of inches Tim jumped be more or less than 24? Michelle jumped 24 and Tim jumped 7 fewer inches. So is Tim's number going to be bigger or smaller than Michelle's? It is going to be smaller because he did fewer, he did less inches.
The number of inches will be less than 24 because Tim jumped 7 fewer inches than 24. What type of equation can you write to show the problem? You can write a subtraction equation to show the problem. Which number in the equation represents the length of Michelle's jump?
Select your answer.
So which number, and it's subtraction because of that word fewer, which number is Michelle's jump? Michelle's jump is 24.
24 represents the number of inches Michelle jumped. The equation also shows the 7 fewer inches Tim jumped and the unknown length that Tim jumped. Why isn't a number used to represent the length of Tim's jump? What symbol is used instead?
Why isn't there a number there? There isn't a number there yet because the problem did not give us this answer. We have to solve that answer. And instead of a number being there, they put a symbol. They put a question mark because we don't know that number yet. So they put a question mark. When you get older, you'll be doing algebra, and instead of a question mark, they'll probably put X or a different letter. But for right now, that question mark is holding the spot of the information we do not know. The length that Tim jumped is unknown because it did not give it to us in the word problem.
The length of Tim's jump is unknown, so a question mark is used. To find the unknown length, you can draw a picture, such as a yardstick. Then you can count back to solve the problem. What number should you start at to count back 7?
So they're giving us an example of one way you can solve it. This is basically like using a number line. They're using a yardstick, and they drew a yardstick instead of a number line because it's kind of the same thing. A yardstick goes in number order, right? So let's try. So drag the slider across the line to see the steps and counting back. So Michelle jumped 24 inches, so you start at 24, and then you know that we're gonna jump back 7. Minus 2 inches, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna keep going until we do minus 7. So we did minus 7 inches and we landed on 17. So Tim jumped 17 inches. So this is just one strategy. You can obviously use lineup. You can draw a picture. You could draw 24 and cross out 7 and then HTO. You could stack it on top of each other and do lineup. You could do any of those, compensation, any strategy that works for you to solve your answer.
To count back, start at 24 inches. Count back to find 7 inches fewer than 24 inches. Tim jumped 17 inches. Does the answer make sense? Yes, the answer makes sense because Tim jumped 7 fewer inches than 24. 7 less than 24 is 17. Now you know how to find unknown measurements.
Great job!
How would I check my answer? If I'm doing subtraction, what is one way I could check my answer? I could check my answer by doing addition. So if I take 17, my answer, and I add it to what I took away, my smaller number, if I do 17 plus 7, will I get 24? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yes, I will get 24, which means that 17 is the correct answer. Now, this one was a little more simple to find the unknown measurement because the unknown measurement was here, was after the equal sign. Sometimes the unknown measurement will be before the equal sign, and then you have to think about fact families. If I had this, I could also say 24 minus 17 equals 7, or I could say 7 plus 17 equals 24, or 17 plus 7 equals 24. Because understanding that addition and subtraction go together will help you find unknown answers if it's before the equal sign. So we're going to watch another video to show this.
I just walked 50 feet. My friend Jonathan walked 15 more feet than I did. How many feet did Jonathan walk? I'll use what I know about measurement and solving problems to find out. First, I will write an equation to show the problem. What operation should I use? I'm thinking addition because Jonathan walked 15 feet more than I did. So 50 plus 15 equals what? And I'll use a drawing to help me solve the problem. I know, I'll use an open number line to break apart the numbers in the problem. That will make adding easier. Let's start at 50. Then I'll add 10 of the 15. That gets me to 60. I need to add 5 more because 10 plus 5 equals 15. That gets me to 65. 50 plus 15 equals 65. That's how far Jonathan walked, 65 feet. And that's it. I solved the measurement problem using an equation and a drawing.
Make sure that you are watching the other video that I posted about finding a missing or unknown number in a word problem. Make sure that you are cubing your word problem, and make sure that you're coming to the Zoom calls, our class Zoom calls, because if you are not, you are missing a lot of important information, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this on Zoom. Alrighty, make sure you're showing your work and writing your equations and thinking about the information that you already know. Talk to you later.